Gregg Popovich, named head coach of the San Antonio Spurs in 1996, is easily recognized as one of the greatest coaches to ever exist in the NBA. He has the NBA record for most wins with a single franchise, and he has remarkably won 5 NBA championships, 3 Coach of the Year awards, and 70 Coaches of the Month awards in that tenure. Now, his amazing coaching isn't just a coincidence. The remarkable team cohesiveness displayed by the teams of Gregg Popovich can be credited to his transformational leadership style and his strategic leadership. It can also be displayed in many coaches taking strategies out of Popovich's book and actually learning from him. One of Coach Pop's main principles revolves around team cohesiveness. Performance with the team can be linked to the cohesiveness existed between them. It is also associated with higher levels of team cohesiveness. Coach Popovich demonstrates the leadership style throughout his tenure. Team cohesiveness is a social motivational force that exists between a group to facilitate better performance. Now, team cohesiveness starts with Coach Popovich and the way he chooses players to be on his team. He values characters that have a sense of integrity and aren't changing for others.
They am what they am. So if this kid is selfish, you're not changing him. It's going to come out in the wash. It's going to come out in an important part of the game, and you've got to get rid of him. Bye-bye. The fiber of your team is the beginning of everything that you do. We talk about, we want players who have gotten over themselves. If you've gotten over yourself, you know it's not about you. It's about this person, and what we do as a group.
You can see Pop's influence of team cohesiveness in the Spurs' playing style. Throughout his tenure, he has embraced ball movement as a team and dislikes the one-on-one playing style. He'd rather have the team work together to get an open shot than have one player struggle and use all his power to get one basket. Not only can you see his influence of team cohesiveness on his teams throughout the years, but other coaches like Mike Budenholzer, a former assistant of the Spurs and now coach of the Atlanta Hawks, Steve Kerr, former player of the Spurs, now coach of the Golden State Warriors, both emphasize ball movement as well.
For the Thunder, Ibaka has come on, Durant sitting down, Diaw spinning on Ibaka. He just can't get to the rim against Ibaka. He's just too athletic, too strong, but now he's got the switch again. Can they get him the ball? Well, they do, and he's picked up by Westbrook.
Coach Pop uses a transformational leadership style, which by definition is a leadership approach that causes a change in individuals and social systems through the factors of idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individual consideration. Transformational leadership is geared towards change and towards improving individual and collective performance. It is not only demonstrated with the Spurs' star players through the years, but Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Kawhi Leonard. These are all players in their early years not expected to be franchise players, but have been pushed to be the faces of the Spurs. Coach Pop is also very commendable for bringing the most out of his role players that you wouldn't expect to step out, like Danny Green, Corey Joseph, Patty Mills, Matt Bonner, Steven Jackson, Boris Diaw, and Thiago Splitter. He does this by building a relationship with these players, respecting them, and providing them with a strong relationship. Many players often even treat him as a father, and vice versa.
You know, he's been so tough on me. It's been like a little like a son-dad relationship, because I arrived in San Antonio so young. I was 19 when I arrived. He threw me in the fire, and he wanted me to like almost accelerate my improvement. So he was really hard on me. If you ask any of my teammates, he was the toughest on me. Sometimes the film, it was like the Tony Parker show. Sometimes he screamed at me so much.
If you play the whole quarter, it'll be 29 minutes.
But I'm fine. I didn't even play for 3 days, Bob. I'm 29 years old.
Get back out there.
All the move Coach Pop makes just adds to his strategic leadership. Strategic leaders are no longer responsible for maximizing wealth, but instead expected to increase array of expectations. For effective strategic leadership, leaders have to develop and communicate a vision. For Pop, that's the vision of contending each year and winning a championship. Build a dynamic core competency. That's to play as a team, share the ball, and everybody for each other. Emphasize the effective use of human capital. Popovich is smart with his rotations, setting minute restrictions, and sending young players to the D-League when they're not playing. Investing in the development of new technologies. Pop hates the three-point line, yet he uses this because he knows that's the technology in the game and everybody's using it. build and maintain an effective organizational culture. Over the 20 years, that's what Popovich is doing, building a winning culture.
Game, all right? But we're starting to catch it and attack better, okay? Attack, attack, attack. With every catch, you got to shoot the ball. Over here, you got to shoot the ball. That's what you do best. Danny Green had a wide open three, but we didn't get it to him on time. Then we get it 1-2 dribbles later, he's covered. That's what it's about.
All said and done, Coach Popovich will be one of the greatest coaches to ever exist. He builds relationships and provides them players with the motivation to bring every little ability in them out. He values relationships heavily, as players have ever seen, and players treat him as a father figure. He builds a team cohesiveness as a core value in the system, and is shown to work over the past 21 years, as each year they've made the playoffs and had a record with over 50 wins for the past 18 years. I honestly believe Coach Pop is one of the best coaches to ever exist in the game. He uses team cohesiveness perfectly and implemented it into the playing style, and it's been working through the years. Coach Pop is one of the greatest leaders seen in the NBA. He used different styles to bring the most out of his players, and he's a prime example of what a coach, a mentor, a leader should be like.